What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin Steve. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're looking at our video game collector's Toxic, a video that Phoenix Resale put on his secondary channel at the time that you're seeing this, probably 2 days ago. You guys like my Super Mario Brothers Wonder poster back there? I hope it's not too big and distracting in the background because we got a lot to talk about today. Also, you may have realized that I got a little bit of a different camera now. That's because Retro Gaming Guy really hooked me up with an OBS bot camera. So thanks, man. I really appreciate it. So for a lot of you that don't know, Caleb has been sourcing from small-time resellers throughout the US, meaning that he is, having these guys send him all these games that he can pay them a decent price for, in comparison to price charting, because he's selling on Amazon, and apparently Amazon lives under a different, set of rules financially. For example, he's selling the Game Boy Advance SP on Amazon for anywhere between $150 and $180, whereas on price charting it currently goes for about $86, and that's how much he's actually paying resellers. This of course means now that small-time resellers don't have to deal with customers directly or have to pay eBay fees. All they have to do is just funnel it all up to Caleb's operation. They make a lot of money, which, can't blame them for that, but in return what it's going to do is it's going to shrink the amount of items that are going to go on eBay. So even if you are willing to pay price charting value for stuff, you're going to run into that being an issue, because now there's going to be less stock making it to eBay. So thank you, Caleb, for basically ruining retro gaming, which you've already ruined game hunting. And people say, well, you can't blame Caleb directly. Yes, I can, because he's got over 400,000 subscribers on his main channel. He makes these videos. Has inspired a generation of resellers to start doing this kind of thing. And and then here we are.
But in my experience, the reselling community tends to be much more positive and collaborative than the gaming community. I'll just say it.
Because they make a lot of money off of you, man. So, of course, they're going to be in a happy mood about what you're doing. And then, the actual people that want to collect games and, buy them, they're going to fucking hate you because you sell the stuff for expensive prices. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
I encounter a lot more toxicity and gatekeeping and just mean-spiritedness from these kinds of elitist video gamers, which is such a weird thing to say. Even the concept of trying to gatekeep a status as a gamer.
I like how when he said gatekeep there, he looked down at all the games he has. I mean, you're literally describing yourself. You're basically a gatekeeper. You're having all these people send you all these games, funnel all these games out of the wild into this one place, which is your Amazon storefront.
That person's life is probably not in a great place, and that's honestly a big part of how I deal with silly criticism and...
So any kind of negative feedback that you receive, you treat it as those people are in a bad spot in their lives, and that's why they project hate onto you. It has nothing to do with their logical side to the argument. Wow, this dude is a straight up fucking prick. How do you guys like this guy?
Is just remembering that nobody hates you who's ahead of you.
Jesus, this guy is a condescending fucklord.
Nasty comments on someone's video and going to Reddit and talking about how they're everything wrong with your hobby. You're probably in a really bad place in life, and so I do my best in my better moments.
So this right here is how he actually is, okay? He's real happy and chipper on the Phoenix Resale channel, but when you watch Renix Pesale, he's a total fuck ass. And it's because he's just being himself here.
How do you feel about flipping or reselling newer or limited products? Is it too close to scalping, or is it not a problem? It's something I've struggled with for my reselling, and I want to hear your take. That's a great question as well, because I think people in general, there's a general sort of collective consensus that scalping is bad. Scalping, it's an activity, it's a kind of reselling that just makes...
It is a kind of reselling because it's reselling. Here you go, right here from Oxford Dictionary. Resale at a large or quick profit. So Caleb, what you do when you pay someone $86 for a Game Boy Advance SP, and then sell it on Amazon for $180, that's scalping. It doesn't matter if the item is new or used. I know a lot of people like to say that with scalping, it has to do with new products, and that definitely does happen. I mean, it's happening right now with the PlayStation Portal, but scalping is not only for new products. It's any time that you can jack the price up on something and sell it to some sucker, basically, or strong arm someone either into you can get it for this price or you can do without. This is what a scalper looks like. He wears an Adidas hat, he has Harry Potter glasses, and he's an asshole.
If you see something severely overpriced, and on the opposite end, if you see something severely underpriced that you aren't purchasing, do you give them a heads up ever? That is a great question. How I break it to them is I say, good luck. I do not try to haggle them down and say like, hey, a good example of this is I have a video called like the craziest yard sale price I've ever seen, where this guy wanted $1,000 for a backwards compatible PS3 that people still bring up to this day because it was such a funny interaction. Those things, if you guys don't know, go for like, I don't know, $350 or something like that. And my response to that was not to like, some people will pull up eBay solds and be like, hey, this is what this thing actually sold for. I don't know what you were looking at. In that case, even if it's something that I would normally want to buy, if it's a delta of like 3x or more, and sometimes it is, I will just say in an earnest way, not in a sarcastic way, hey, wish you the best of luck with it. It's not for me. And I don't want to fight about it. If I want to buy it, I normally will not say anything. Maybe that's...
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, that's the whole reseller stick. Yeah, sir, I would just like to buy this Earthbound cartridge for the Super Nintendo for $5. Yes, thank you. Then you get in the car and you're like, I got it.
It's an ethical gray area, but unless it's like, it would have to be a significant difference, like probably more than 10x. Like they have something for $10 and in reality it's worth $1,000. I would
That's 100x, by the way. I thought you were supposed to be good at math.
Probably in that situation, I personally would not tell them and then try to buy it. I might buy it and then pay extra because I just kind of feel bad about it. Like,
because you don't want to miss out on the sale, but you also don't want to feel bad about ripping someone off. So you'll buy it for $10 and then take it to your car, lock it away. Possession's 9/10 of the law. Then you'll go back and you'll be like, hey, man, that was worth a little more than I thought it was. So here's an extra $20 for your $1,000 item. Of course, you don't tell them it's worth $1,000. They got to figure that out on their own later if they choose to.
I might take it to the car and then come back and say like, hey, didn't realize it, but this is worth a lot more, so just wanted to give this to you. And, you know, give them...
Got to take it to the car, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them before the deal's over.
And I want to be very conscious of like right now, we're plugging the buy list. Like we're trying to get the word out about it because I believe it's a really valuable service.
Well, of course you do, because you have people out there doing the legwork for you. You pay them, you get it in the mail, you look at it, you stick it in a box and send it off to Amazon. It's the easiest way for you to make a shit ton of fucking money.
How have YouTubers like Chase, like JRPG Life, Pixel Game Squad, and other game hunting / flipping channels impacted the video game market positively and negatively from a reseller and collector perspective? It's hard to deny that from a collector's perspective, it's made it harder to find stuff for super cheap. Like it just has.
There you go, man. So I don't know why you always come in my comments and leave me negative shit and say that I'm a hater and I'm jealous and stuff. I mean, there's my point right there. Even the fucking king of the mountain knows that what he does is fucking bullshit.
What's the point in collecting games that you're never going to play? A shelf full of cases seems like an odd thing to want. That's pretty controversial. This, you know what, I'm going to pair this with another very controversial thing that was asked, which is, I can't find the specific one. Am I going to resell the Switch collection like I did the GameCube collection? I actually kind of want to find that. Okay, yeah, New England Hustler asked, are you going to sell the Switch collection when you're done like you did?
Shout out to New England Hustler, man. He's a subscriber to the channel. Appreciate you, man.
The GameCube collection. And here's the thing. A lot of people that ask me that don't realize that I didn't sell the GameCube collection. I sold less than half of the GameCube collection, and what I sold was the games that I knew I never wanted to play.
Nah, you sold more than half. You don't even need to count. But basically, he's got 56 games in the keep section, and I believe 76 was what I counted in the sell section. That is more than half, unless you don't know how to do math.
The number of people I'm starting to get a little triggered again. This is what happens on Renix Pesale when we talk about these hot issues. The number of people,
buddy, why don't you calm down and eat a fucking Freezy Pop?
talk to me, like, not just like in the comments, but actually in person and say, like, oh man, I just wish you hadn't sold the GameCube collection. And I'll say, like, so did you watch that video? And do you know, like, how much of it I actually sold?
Yes.
Well,
I just looked at it.
I just was on Reddit and I saw.
No, I saw the fucking video, man, prior to just showing it, you know, for a second here in this video. You definitely sold more than half of that, man. And that brings me to another point here. Why are you collecting these 100 Switch games? You've claimed before that those are 100 Switch games that you want to have. But then again, you're going to end up probably selling more than half of those as well. Anyways, I'm getting out of here, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. This dude's full of so much shit, he's about to shit his pants. Take care.